This podcast is sponsored by Scispot, the best tech stack for modern biotech.
I think at some point humans will have to evolve what we do, right? We have to leave that nostalgic feeling that I like running experiments, right? At some point we have to say we had fun, but now it's time to move on. Right now, time to just manage these AI agents. Does it make sense? So,
well, the
that's
things that
obviously-
are truly repetitive, right,
Right.
are the perfect things to offload and not do yourself, right? If you're doing the same thing over and over and over, that's not the best use of a human's time.
right,
Right. I mean, in IVF, the concept comes up all the time of practicing at the top of your license, right? At the top of your capabilities, right? The most, like, you're going to be able to run an IVF clinic most efficiently, right? If everyone from your embryologist to your lab manager to your reception staff to your
Right.
nurse managers are working at the top of their practice. That means that the REI is working at the top of their practice and
Right.
is doing the things that only the reproductive endocrinologist can do,
right.
right? And then you're seeing more patients more efficiently at lower cost, and you can improve access to infertility services, and like that's really the key. So there's companies that are upskilling OBGs now, right? That their goal is to allow more IVF cycles to be done, more of the IVF cycle to be done by an OBG or under the
Right,
supervision
right.
of an OBG and themselves under the supervision of an REI. Right?
No, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the goal is, can we empower every team member, whether it's a biotech company or clinical trial or diagnostic labs or tech company, can we empower one team member to do the job of 100 people, right? By giving them access to world-class experts, more AI experts. I mean, I'm saying more AI agents as experts, not humans. And then who can work with human individual to automate all of their repetitive work, but at the same time provide expert guidance on everything, right? So that's the goal, and that's the future. We are already seeing some movement. We are working with many AI biotechs, but still in very early stages. It will be very exciting time in 10 years to see how we fully integrate AI to all the things we do. ChatGPT is still very disconnected, right? But AI will become powerful when it moves with us, when it thinks with us, when it does things with us. If I'm running experiment, I'm talking and getting advice, getting feedback in real time. I'm receiving feedback that, hey, this can fail because a molarity is not consistent or your reagent is not consistent. So super exciting time. Sorry, I got distracted with AI, but
No. I mean, it's an interesting conversation, and I think you have to be thinking about it. I think it is a. If you're a startup and you're not deeply thinking about how you use AI and how AI is going to change the parts of the world that you're affiliated with and working with, you're gonna miss massive opportunities. You're probably going to get left behind at this point.
no, 100%. If you see last 100 years, we figured out how to create machines to do some job for us. Then after creating machines, we thought the only way to come closer is we become more machine, right? But now we realize it's the other way around. We created machine. Now we have to find a way how to make them like us, right? So that's what AI is doing, to more humanizing machines, so that we can really become like a team player rather than you just have something totally disconnected. You will use it when you need help. But now it is becoming more like companion, and AI is helping as the interface, right? So it's more smart. It understands you. You don't have to write line of code to tell what you need. You can just speak human language. If you speak Hindi, you can speak Hindi. If you speak English, you can speak in English and say, that's what I need. And then it will make sure machine understands what you're saying. So I think it's amazing interface
Yeah.
between
Are
human
you
and
polite
machine.
to it when you type?
Was that?
Are you?
Oh, polite.
I am. Are you not?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're
I mean,
Canadian, of course you
I
are.
mean, of course, right. But
I mean, I used to write like orders, but then I realized like when AI has bodies, so you don't know how they will respond to it. Right? Currently, they don't have bodies, so I'm safe. These are just line of codes sitting somewhere. But when they are connected with robotics, they will remember everything.
they've got all the data. It's like, oh,
Yes.
it's that
This
guy.
guy. I was telling this to one of my colleagues the other day. Man, AI knows so many dirty secrets. I'm saying dirty meaning I speak my mind when I'm speaking with AI.
Right.
So yeah. So we don't know what level of power they will have. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I'm also optimistic.
So now you started being
I would
polite.
say it's too late for you now. Sorry, you got off on the wrong foot.
No, I hope.
They're going to hear this, and you've undone all your hard work.
Yeah. At least I'm trying, right? So they will
Exactly.
these AI overlords.
So you won't be first.
Yeah, I won't be first. And AI is not helping in a way either because AI is making building new things very easy, even if you are not domain expert. But you build things, but you have to maintain it, right? AI is not helping with
That's
that.
right.
So you can build a lot of things, but then you want to keep things updated, maintain it,
Yes.
improve it. And that's very expensive process, even when AI is making things building super easy. And it's true for labs too. I think leveraging more labs in a more distributed model is a very smart approach. Most modern companies we work with, they have deep partnerships with collaborative, like network of labs. But they still have their own wet lab for something, their secret sauce, right? Something proprietary to them. But if they're doing some basic screening work, that can be done by any lab. They rather let it be done by people who are specialized doing this every day for many other customers.
Yeah. Well, and the millions of dollars it costs to buy the space, to have
That's
the
true.
sequencers, like it is
A huge capex.
huge.
Yeah.
100%. What do you think is the future of this labs? We are seeing this trend. Labs are becoming more. We will wrap it up in like 5-6 minutes. Like labs are becoming more distributed in nature. Labs are becoming more computational in nature, right? So, like AI historically or computational piece historically has been focused more on like a final stage of experimentation, meaning when you have to do analysis. But now, most bio companies, AI diagnostic companies, they are using AI as a starting point in many cases. For example, in drug discovery world, companies are investing heavily on AI to design it properly or to shortlist candidates even before they enter the wet lab. Right. So what they do is they have some computational piece. They start as a computational bio company and delegate all the wet lab stuff to CRO and academic partners. And when they understand where is their sweet spot when it comes to wet lab, they build their own lab, but on very specialized tech. But they always have this network of partners. So are you seeing any change in trend how bio companies operate when it comes to leveraging computational lab, dry lab, partner lab from academia, from CROs?
I can just
It-
agree with the trend. Like
Right.
when I began in startups,
Yeah.
I worked at a startup where our special sauce in many ways was the lab
Yeah.
and what we were able to do in that lab and the automation in the lab. And it is amazing to me that even just in the short time that I've been working in this space, that we've already transitioned from like that being the thing that could set you apart to, when I was speaking with Jeremy, but also speaking to other people in the space and kind of looking for like what would be my next thing, talking to multiple people who were like, oh no, I'm thinking about, well, we'll have a lab that multiple startups can just like buy time on sequencers or whatever.
Right.
So it's definitely all headed in that way where we've realized we don't all need to buy the multi-million-dollar Illumina sequencer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and can focus on, but that's amazing, right? That's happened in the span of what, like 10 or 15 years,
Yeah.
which is fast.
Massively accelerated. Yeah, the absolutely the ability to do distributed wet lab work